KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Full of personality. Switching up the storyline on God, we making history. Writing books, changing lives, one day at a time. Put your problems to the side. Enjoy yourself. Free your mind. Kicking it with KeKe.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, Love, Life, and all that other shit. I am your host, Author Chanel, and this is a personal development podcast where we talk about mindset, personal growth, all types of things that will help you operate as your best self while living your best life. Today, I am joined with a very special guest. She is not new to the platform, but she's new to the podcast part of it. Sylvia Hubbard, how are you?
I
Yes,
am wonderful and blessed. Thank the Lord.
yes. Thank you for kicking it with me today. I appreciate you coming through. I know we have some great content that we're going to give the listeners. Before we get started, I'd like to give my guest the opportunity to introduce yourself. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, and you go ahead and tell the people who you are and what you do.
So I am author of 50 independent books of romance and suspense. I
50.
also
Did
run.
y'all hear that? I didn't want to cut you off, but did y'all hear that? Wow, great resume. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm bad on paper, so I can be good in life. So I'm also founder of Motown Writers Network, which is a literary organization where we help writers get to their literary goals in Michigan, and then we connect readers to Michigan authors and promote the literacy community. Then I also am a full-time blog strategist. I help with business goals for social media for authors. And then I do my own little kind of encouragement to authors as well, giving them the push to finish the book, market the book, publish the book. So, yes.
Yes, I love that. And see, it's that word push. And I tell everybody that use the word, that is the name of my life coaching business, Push Life Coaching. And my push is an acronym for proclaiming unbreakable self-healing. So yeah, I believe that we all need a little hold on, that's
Push.
my baby. Hold on.
We stopped at push.
All right. So yeah, push. We all need a little push every now and again. So I'm glad that you say that because I wish I would have known you when I started because
Yeah.
I didn't have
I wish I would
anybody.
have known myself. I was just like, hey, 50-year-old Sylvia, what you doing? I need help.
Yeah. I mean, because when I started, a lot of people they didn't give information. They didn't want to give it like you were going to get beyond them or something. So
Right.
thank you for that space. And authors, aspiring authors, seasoned authors, y'all make sure that we're going to give the contact information in a little bit, but we're going to get into today's topic. Pivoting on purpose in peace. Yes, yes. And it's the month of, women's history. So we're speaking to the lady. I mean, we're talking to guys too, but we're focusing on the ladies right now when it comes to learning how to pivot. Because, as a wife, as a mom, we're nurturers at heart. We sometimes lose ourselves. We sometimes allow life.
Sacrifice.
Yes. Life just gets us and we can lose who we are. So we have to learn how to pivot and be peaceful while doing so.
Yes.
So when it comes to purpose and learning how to pivot, what can you tell listeners on that particular topic? Is it a necessary thing? How necessary do you believe that it is? I believe that it is, of course, because we all have to make adjustments in life.
Yeah. I didn't realize how important it was until my mother made it an importance to me. I had been struggling as a single mom, trying to, you got all your balls in the air and everything. And then it was just that one moment when I broke. I had been going 2 years without like literally a mental vacation. I just been like just trying to keep the balls in the air, trying to make sure everybody was okay, everything. And then somebody did something to me that just, I was done. I didn't want to do this no more. I was like, you know what? F this.
Yeah.
I'm gone. And literally, I called my mama and I told her, I'm gonna leave the door unlocked, but I gotta go. I gotta go right now. Girl, I got on 75 and started driving. I got on I got on 75. I just drove and my mom was sending me a text. You okay? Is everything okay? Call me when you can. So about 8 hours into my drive, I call her and I just, I let go. She just said, just tell me what happened. And she didn't even ask me. She didn't say, come home, get these kids or nothing. She said, just tell me what happened. So I told her and, I'm bawling. I'm at a payphone just snot everywhere. They probably needed to wash this whole thing down because I was hacking and caught. You know how you cry
Yeah,
so
you're
bad.
like, yes.
You could just big sobs coming up because I was just tired. I was so tired. And she was like, well, you go ahead and you get some rest and do what you was doing. Just call me when you want. Girl, I got back in the car, started driving.
Just driving.
On that second time driving, it got me to, I was able to think. Now that I had got it out, I got to thinking and saying, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to get out of my life. Literally, I just started like tossing stuff. Like it was a computer file, like delete this file, delete this, empty the recycle bin.
Yes.
You got to make sure you empty your recycle bin because
so
people be deleting stuff. And if people will get it out the trash or that somehow that trash got emptied back in. So you got to make sure you clean that stuff, do a full defragmentation.
Right.
And then you're able to say, oh, now I can run more smoothly. I can work more productively because I can see what's on my desk. I can see what's what I can handle and what I can't handle. Once you just start, like literally, once you really sit down and do that, clean up that health check, you will literally start seeing where your purpose needs to go. Right. And where your energy needs to be pulled into, in order for you to reach that purpose. So when you're trying to find that peace, I tell people, take a day. Yes. Don't do what I did and leave.
Sometimes that's necessary because I've been there. I've been there. Yeah.
It was my first mental breakdown, my first real mental breakdown. So I think I got down to like almost Tennessee. I almost got the girl. I was
was driving.
I was driving. Yes. like whatever.
My mama got the kids. They're good.
I was like, I don't care none of this crap. I don't care about none of this crap. Whatever. Yeah, right. Just driving. So I stopped at another thing and I called her because I didn't even take my phone. I just walked out the door with the keys, girl. My keys in my wallet. Literally, that's all I had. That's how messed up I was.
Yeah, you was ready to go.
Yeah. So I called her again, and she was like, okay, so what's going to happen now? What you want to do? What you want me to do? How can I help you? And I was like, well, Ma, I don't know how to start back over. The kids didn't know I had left. They didn't know, like,
yeah.
But it was like, I had failed them. I was like, but everything I had done, I don't know how to go back and just say, okay, I can pick all this back up. I didn't want to pick the balls back up.
Right.
And she was like, well, Sylvia, you're going to have to pick the balls back up because you're an adult. No matter what, you are going to have to pick, but you can choose how you juggle. She said, everything is a rhythm. Once you figure out the rhythm, you can figure out how you can get your peace in between that. So she gave me one tip. She said, you got to get an hour of peace a day. She said, I don't care what you have to do to get it, you have to get it. And she said, I usually would come home and she said, remember, I used to tell y'all, don't talk to me for an hour. And I'd be like, yeah, I do remember that.
That was her time to get the peace, right?
That was her time to get the peace. And so that's what I did. I instrumented where the kids knew 1 hour when I get home from work, unless you are dying, we have nothing to talk about. Even if I had to come go get you from school. Once I walked into that door, that was my hour to do whatever. Even if I went in there and went to sleep for an hour, even if I went in there and watched a movie, you know, half of a movie, and they heard me cracking up and laughing or something, they cannot knock on that door. They cannot do anything. And it would be so funny because sometimes I would hear them and say, give her an hour. Don't you knock on that door.
Yes.
Because they knew if I came out that door before an hour, everybody was going to be dead. But that leads us to the next lesson, protecting that peace. And I think that's one of the things you wanted to address is that you have to protect that like it is your most fragile thing. It's like a Fabergé egg. You don't even want people to breathe on your peace.
Yeah, don't even come in here.
Just you don't want the floor to shake. You don't want even if I felt like one thing messed up my peace, it had to go. Whether it was a man, whether it was my sister, whether it was anything, if it just rumbled the peace, if I just felt my peace go, ooh, girl, oh, that's gonna
yeah, you gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta go. If I'm talking to this guy, I don't care how great he is to me, and he's like, well, why don't you call me when you get home from work? I know you get home at 3:30. Oh no. Oh, well, I can't talk to you no more. I wouldn't even explain myself. I guess we can't talk because I'm so busy.
I'm busy. And first of all, you're not gonna get that time. Exactly. You can't, if you don't understand that, then hey.
You can't, like, and it'd be so crazy. And like when I would tell my friends about this peace moment, they'd be like, but what if your kids need to hug you, or what if they had a bad day? Well, I can't be there for them if I can't be there for me.
Right. Absolutely.
So I can't hug you and I can't say everything is all right when I'm dying on the inside.
Yeah.
And my mother literally had to tell me this. She said you can't, she had to say, and don't pour from an empty cup. It is impossible. But like you said, we sacrifice, and we think we have to sacrifice.
Yeah, and
we think we are obligated to sacrifice. When I tell you, if you give yourself that hour, it don't matter what happened before that hour or after that hour, you know you're gonna get 1 hour.
Yep.
1 hour. So whatever happens. Yeah, I mean, the world could come to the end, but I got my what?
Got my hour. Listen, and it gives you different perspective too. Like you come back refreshed, renewed, you know, recharged,
refueled.
Yes.
You are so refueled, and it helps you. It during those hours, I could get work done. I could look and focus. I could journal. I could do my business practices. I could know what worked, what didn't work, because, you know, I had gone throughout the day. Okay, this doesn't work. This does work. Okay, working with the kids. I got a chance to evaluate, refresh myself, you know, coming out the house in the morning when, you know, we had the bus to catch in the morning. So we would just have to, you know, when we shut that door, we had so many minutes to get to the bus stop.
Yes.
And it would be dark, and we in Detroit. So you not only had to put your jungle intentions.
Bless your heart.
Because you ain't know what was coming, animal, beast, or man.
Yes.
So you was like, and walking with 3 small kids. So you out there, okay, how can we walk better together? How can I make sure the kids get to school on time? How can I make this easier for me to only drop them off, plus drop myself off, get to work, relax before I have to start? You know, it made me evaluate every day and how to make the next day better. And then the next day better. And then before I left the room, okay, I still got to get the kids' school stuff done. I know Zach had trouble in this, Maggie have trouble in this. I need to check on. So it gives you a chance to see where you need to be, and then you just come out the room, and I felt like a better person. Matter of fact, my daughter even made a comment to me one time. She said, you would go in the room, and she said your face would be so tight. She's like, it's like you had like this shadow over your face. And then she's like, I don't know what you did in that room, but you come out and it just be bright and sunny.
It is amazing that she noticed. Like, She noticed that.
Yeah, she noticed it. And once they figured out, like, that's when mommy I would tell them flat out, I wasn't keeping no secrets. I need to get away from y'all. I'm
I
tired
need
of
some
hearing,
peace and
all I
quiet.
hear is mommy, mommy, mommy. Is all I hear all day. I don't mind it. But that 1 hour
Oh yeah. My
when
mama
I
used to
can
say, don't say nothing. If you say something, all y'all getting a whooping.
right. It was group. It was group.
Yeah.
It was all group. But I realized that they check it each other to make sure I get my piece. They realize, as the queen bee, in order for this hive to stay strong, in order for this hive to work, you have to please the queen bee.
Yes.
And that is true in nature, and that is true in any house.
Yes.
That house runs because of the queen bee. And you know what the workers did when you bothered the queen bee, or you weren't working toward the hive? You got kicked out.
Got kicked out. Yes.
You got in the middle of winter, they will lift you up and throw you
out of there. Out of here. Get out of here. Yeah.
So when we talk about peace, it's not just about being, selfish to yourself. It's not even about self-care. It is about survival.
Yes.
Literally, if you don't have it, you are going to die inside, and everything around you will die. You'll be like a walnut tree. Everything around you just dies.
Right. Wow.
And that's not what you want. You don't want that for yourself, and you don't want that for your family. So you need to do what you have to do to get that peace in your life. Find your happy place. Go there when you need to. Sit there for an hour. Even if I couldn't get home like right away, I would go somewhere an hour in advance. Say that I had to do something like an hour after work. I would try to get to that spot as early as possible, even if I was 45 minutes early. And I'd sit in my car and find my happy place.
Yeah.
So then I could just be able to make the switch
and focus,
and focus and do what I have to do. But I found that peace wherever I could.
Right.
So yes, it is about survival.
I'm glad that you say that, because someone may be listening that just feel like them having those peaceful moments is selfish. It's not. It's selfless. It's actually pouring back into you so you can operate as your best self. Because if you don't have those moments, you will flip out. And you tend to flip out on the people that love you the most.
Right.
And it's unfair.
Who's are the closest. Yeah. It's unfair to them. And you have to, not only where you can call yourself at that point selfish to yourself, because you should have done what you had to do in order to protect that peace.
Right.
I always kind of like imagine it like this little egg just sitting in my soul, and anything could crack it. So I just want to make sure I'm covering it, and I'm there to say no. And it's okay. It feels actually really good.
Yeah, it is. I encourage you to do it.
Sometimes you will feel guilty, but that's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine. Feel guilty, but say no. And sometimes you just have to sit in the mirror and just say the word, so you can just be able to say it whenever you can do it. Just be an actress. No, 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 no. Okay, I know how that feels. I know how my lips should form. So when I'm ready and they're doing something and you feel that piece about to rock you, no, just cut them off. Say no. You don't even got to explain yourself, because guess what? You're an adult.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can just say no.
Yes. Like, I'm grown. No. Why? Because I said so.
So. Right. Whatever. So yes, I take it seriously.
Yes, we're taking it serious. I mean, we could joke about it all day long, but it is a serious matter when it comes to pivoting on purpose in peace. Like, it is necessary for your sanity, your mental health, for your survival, for your kids, for your husband, for everyone, everything that's around you, your businesses. It is pivotal, because what's the alternative? You flip out. You hurt yourself.
You hurt other people. Like I said, I literally left my life. My mother could have literally turned me in I could have been serving time in jail for leaving little kids at
Child
home.
abandonment,
Yeah,
child neglect, or something they call it.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it would have been probably both of them.
Probably.
But she could have. But
Mm-hmm.
she knew where I was going. She knew where where my brain was headed, and that I needed. She knew how I was. I needed to stop myself, find the solution, and then come back to reality.
Right.
And only I realized only you can do it. You
Mm-hmm.
can't go to nobody else. You can't. I don't care what drugs they try to give you. You literally have to sit down and
Mm-hmm.
find the way to get that peace. You
Mm-hmm.
have to find that happy place. It's kind of like giving birth. When they say, "Oh, the pain is coming," and they say, "Okay, go to your happy place," and you like, "Oh, not with all this pain. I can't go
Right.
to no
Right. Right.
happy place." You go to a happy place and sit
Exactly.
up.
Matter of fact, give me some drugs right now.
But literally, you do. You have to do a shift and let go, and then see where your happy place is, bring it back to you, and just go through the motions of where I was, where I
Right.
am, where I'm
Right.
going.
Right.
How can I get there? What is the road? What is in my way?
Mm-hmm.
How can this affect me altogether? Let's go there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you find it, I'm going to tell you, it is the most beautiful thing, because you could just be in the middle of the worst thing happening and you can just pop that happy place in there and you're like, ooh,
You're able to
woosah.
exhale. Yes.
You
And
really,
Musa.
woosah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So breaking cycles by knowing how to pivot,
Mhm,
because we get into that cycle of trying to be everything to everybody and nothing to ourselves.
mhm.
Like, can you talk a little bit about someone who may be listening that's trying to be, and I have an episode that just came out today called the Superwoman Syndrome, taking the
Yes.
cape off, like to someone who needs to take that cape off to learn how to pivot and be okay, like breaking a cycle. Speak to that
Right.
person a little bit today.
So it goes back down to that word no
Mm,
again. Being able to accept saying it, but being okay saying it, not only to yourself and to others. And I think I always say, start with yourself,
mm-hmm.
because we tend to say, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Sometimes you just have to say, no, I
Yep.
can't do that
Mm-hmm.
right now. I can put that off till later. And no, I can't do this. So we have to first learn how to say no to ourselves,
Right.
because we'd be up here like making goal. I see people making goal lists, and I'd be like, "Oh, you plan on doing that by the end of the day?"
Right.
No, that ain't gonna happen. Well, I can. All I have to do is just sit down for 10 minutes. No, you don't.
Right.
I was like, you haven't even started the research, and then you're going to get overwhelmed. Then you're going to be like, oh, I got too much. So first I say, start with yourself. Find out what are you doing to yourself
Mm,
that is taking too much time or causing too much stress that you're doing it. Say that you like to get your nails done every week,
mm-hmm.
but you know it's not in your budget,
Mm-hmm.
and your sponsor sometimes act up and you got to put up with your sponsor, but you like your nails done. I know you like your nails done, but if you gave up doing your nails every week and moved it to a month where you don't have to deal with that sponsor but once a month,
Mm-hmm.
how much you get? 3 weeks a piece. You just added 3 weeks and you
You
just
just
keep up with your
added.
nails.
Yes. Oh, wait.
Just that little time. You don't have to have your nails done every
Every
week.
week. Yeah. You just
Because you
want
got to
that.
deal with, you just want, yeah. So,
Uh-huh.
and that's a no that you have to say. I have to say no to getting my nails done every week, because I have to deal with keeping them nice, working on make sure the kids don't touch. I come in the door, they want to hug me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do it once a month and then say, hey, that's part of your self-care, fine. Then you have to deal with your sponsor because
Mm-hmm.
he interrupt your day. You got to
Mm-hmm.
put a whole day aside. Putting a whole day aside for somebody, for one thing, uh it's stupid. But we ain't gonna go into
We
that.
not. That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother But see, you
Yes.
just freed yourself for 3 days out of your week where you can do a whole bunch of other stuff. Then you can get a whole bunch of stuff done. So you have to say, no, I can't get my nails done every day. No, it's not possible for me to cook a fresh meal for my kids every day, because we take on that.
I'm not doing it.
And so you have to find ways to make your life easier. So when I say start with yourself saying no to things, but also moving things around or changing the way you do stuff. Sometimes a meal prep is better than anything. You can freeze spaghetti, right?
Yes, lasagna, all of that.
So you can make one big pot like our mamas used to make. They used to cook like 2-3 dinners on Sunday. And then you thought it was a feast on Sunday, but really she was saving up for the rest of the week. Why don't we do that anymore? Why do we feel we have to cook fresh meals?
I guess society is teaching us like all these 30-minute meals, so they sleeping on leftovers.
I don't know. We throwing that stuff in the rice cooker and throwing it out and throwing it in a plate.
And you gonna eat it,
or the microwave.
You gonna eat it. You gonna eat it, or you gonna eat a sandwich.
Girl, you go to your room, go to bed early.
Hey, get out. My mama said, you gonna eat what I cooked, or you not gonna eat it all.
You're not gonna eat it all. You must not be hungry. And you know what? More for me. And that's what I used to tell my kids. You don't have to eat it. But you going to bed, because I'm not gonna hear your grumpy butt.
Yes. Keep that to yourself, because you disturbing my peace.
But meal prepping instead of cooking every day, or literally making a grocery list and following that grocery list instead of getting to the store and saying, hey, I know I need something.
I hate going to the grocery store. I thank God for my husband, because he likes to go and I don't. So it works well. I have a little list that we see that we done ran out of stuff, and I put it on there. Here go. I think that's just.
But even they have now, like, you can just pick it up.
Shop online. Yes.
Shop online. Girl, that's what I do. I just go and randomly put stuff in my cart all week long. And then I evaluate it at the end of the week and say, this is what I need. This is what I don't. Girl, that's fat girl shit. Let's get rid of this.
Hey, listen.
And then I say, okay, I can do this, and then I go and do it. But it saves me so much time. It saves my husband. He can just put it on the Alexa grocery list, and then I'm good. But you gotta find ways to say no and make that time in your life where you can find the peace and don't feel guilty about it. Once you find the ways to make yourself say no and accept it and change like different habits, then you go to your little outer circle where you have the friends and the family. And when I tell you, when you start saying no to friends and family and putting your foot down, I mean, once you make this decision, I'm going to find my peace. Make it as an adult, and that you're going to put your foot down and let people know I have to protect this at above all costs.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you call me. I will send you the voicemail and answer it when I feel like it. It's okay. Okay.
I would not answer my phone and send you a text. What's up?
Right.
I'm not in a place to talk right now. I just don't. I can't give it to you right now.
Even if I'm sitting there watching Bridgerton.
Listen, I'm watching Bridgerton. I don't want to be disturbed.
Right. But like, you have to protect their peace. You don't have to speak to everybody every time they call your phone or every time they need to talk to you. You're an adult. You don't have to service anybody except yourself and the kids, and that's because you don't want to go to jail. That's the only reason. But really, it is just to know that you need to take care of yourself. So that phone rings, who cares? If you're not in a position to answer it mentally, then don't.
Yeah, and it's okay. Like, know that it's okay. When you're not okay and you're giving more than what you have to give, it's causing unnecessary bullshit, actually.
Right.
So, don't choose your time wisely. Spend your time doing the things that bring you peace, and learn how to pivot and be okay with that. Sometimes we have to, like you just said, we can save ourselves a lot of time, effort, energy, and all of that stuff if we just make adjustments, learning how to pivot.
Yeah.
And I when she said the sponsor, Lord Jesus.
I'm just saying there are things that we bring in our lives and we know like, okay, this is going to cause a disruption to us,
Mhm.
but we're going to be okay with it because it helps us. Sometimes the things that help us really makes things worse. You
Mhm.
know, it's kind of like I'm not using a band-aid. I'm just using some, some tissue to cover
To
the
cover the
wound.
wound. Mhm.
You're not fixing or trying to make the bleeding stop. You just holding down and hoping that this pressure is going to
Mhm.
help this wound close up.
Mhm.
And the wound's still bleeding. You haven't fixed the pressure because in essence, you're not making enough to get your nails done. Then you shouldn't be asking nobody else to do it.
Absolutely.
But if you then use those 3 extra days to find a way to make an extra income,
Mm.
you could be bringing yourself enough money so
Mhm.
then you can drop this sponsor in a couple of
Mhm.
weeks
Mhm.
and be able to spend 4 weeks. Go to the nail salon when you feel like it and don't have to worry about
You don't have to worry about it.
anybody else. You don't have to depend on other people doing stuff for you. And then you're finding more peace, more time, more ways to plan, more ways to make money,
Mhm.
more ways to take care of your family. So just little stuff like that. Stop putting tissue on a wound when it need a band-aid,
Right.
and then start trying to heal the wound so
Mhm.
then you can keep going. Those are things that are that you have to pivot. Those are all
Mhm.
pivot points.
Right.
Take the tissue off, use the band-aid, pivot.
Yep. Pivot.
Then let's close the wound, pivot again. You
Mhm.
got to continuously pivot until you have the peace that you need.
Right.
And like you said, there's nothing wrong with it. You're
Mm-mm.
grown. You can make these decisions now. And even if people say, oh, you change, you should say thank you.
Thank you. You should too.
Yeah,
Girl, I know. God, no. Thank you for noticing. Oh my
thank
God.
you. And that's a compliment. It's
Yeah.
actually a compliment. Stop taking it as an
As
insult to
something
you.
negative. Exactly.
Say thank you,
Mm-hmm.
because then that means you are doing something right because they don't like it. Good.
Yes. Anytime that you're doing some personal growth and development positively, you're gonna
Mhm.
always get somebody to notice. They gonna notice, especially when you
Oh
stop
yeah.
being there when they calling with the gossiping, with the woe is me. Oh, every time you talk to them, it's something. Girl, dang, you don't never just say, hey, how you doing? It's always something.
Thank you. Never ask me about me, my health, or anything. Just how have you been? Have you lost that weight you wanted to lose? And, did you get rid of those migraines yet? Nothing. It's, oh my God, woe is me. And you're like, I I don't. That's probably why I don't have a lot of friends.
Listen, I have
Because
a
I
small
can't
my circle
do
is
it.
turning into a sea. You hear me? It's me.
Right.
I can
It's
see you and y'all can see me.
right.
I'm okay with that. Listen, but I'm not knocking people, making time for new friends, because let me tell you, I have met some amazing people by being
Mhm.
open-minded, that's pouring into me in a peaceful way.
Right.
That's
Yes.
helping me know that pivoting is okay.
Right.
Because
And
once
who's
you
helping me protect my peace.
there you
That
go.
and that's where you need if you have those friends around, I
Mm-hmm.
say keep them,
Mm-hmm.
because then they understand your
They get it.
boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
They get it. They understand. Okay, she didn't answer her phone. I know she's gonna eventually answer the text, or she gonna text me because I know KeKe. She gonna
Yes.
eventually in 2 hours say, "What did you
What you
want?"
want?
And
Hey
then I'll be like,
girl.
"Okay, no."
Couldn't get to my phone right then, but yeah, I'm calling you back. But
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 I understand. But as a close friend, well, as a friend who understands,
mm-hmm.
you need peace, I
I
need
need
peace,
mm-hmm.
then those things shouldn't bother
Right.
your other friends. If
Right.
they do, they are not people you need around you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. To anyone who is listening, and you have people in your life that makes you feel guilty for taking time out for yourself, you need to reevaluate those people's presence in your life,
Mhm.
because apparently they're not valuing the presence that you bring to theirs.
Right.
because no one should want you to operate anything less than your best self. And
Right.
so it amazes me how some people can see that you're struggling and still be a leech. I just don't understand. Like,
And yeah.
everybody that know me, that's close to me, know that don't call me in the morning time unless you just really, really have to, because I'm not a morning person. I'm an
Right.
insomniac, so I don't sleep well at night. So when that REM sleep hit me in the morning time, I need to get my hours.
Right.
I don't care if I sleep to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me get
That's
my
my
hours, because I'm gonna
business.
be up to about 4. So that's my
Like
business.
Tabitha say, that's my
That's my
business.
business.
That's my
Yes,
business.
exactly. Like, don't come in the room, go on out of there. Leave me alone.
Right.
But
So
yeah, they
most people
know.
know I do work at night. So I don't get off till 6:30. So if you decide to call me at 9, somebody better be dying.
Right.
Somebody better be dying, or they know. And sometimes they'll call and apologize. Oh my God, I forgot, Sylvia. I am so sorry. Please don't put me on the list. Please.
Mm-hmm.
They already
Mm-hmm.
know. Oh, you ain't never getting another. I'm not
Right.
coming your way, no way. Because they'll be like, I just forgot. I was just in my feelings. I'll call you later. Bye. Don't even say nothing. Bye, girl. Hang up. Hang up. So
Right.
they know, like, because people know who are close to me. Oh, don't bother me. Do not
Right.
bother, because you will go on the list, and I won't answer that phone next time because you
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna call me no more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when I say it is so vital to protect, because you need, like you said, you need the rim. You need to get to that rim, and you need as much as possible so you can carry on. You need to get de-stressed. Your mind needs to
I was just about
relax.
to say that. Just about to say it. Because you
You
get your
need it.
best sleep, you need to be able to rest.
Yes.
Because when you wake up exhausted, you're not getting that proper rest. So everything
Right.
is thrown off. I believe, like, when I'm exhausted, I miss things. I overlook stuff. I mess
Mhm.
up. So you're doing yourself a disservice, because guess what? You're gonna put out your less than work, less than what you're
Right.
capable of work, or you gonna send it out to somebody and they paying you for a service, and then they looking at you like, did you read what you
What?
sent me? What is this?
Did not use Grammarly at
Mhm.
all.
At all.
You
Right.
forgot you had it. I was like,
Hmm. Yes. So yeah,
what?
it's crazy.
But yeah,
But
I learned that, and I'm so glad my mom taught me that lesson, because I think that helped me strip the guilt away faster,
hmm
because her telling me as to be a good mom, I had to get that peace.
hmm
Then it gave me the freedom. So I'm telling all the other mothers out there, I am sharing what my mother told me. It's nothing wrong with it when you find your peace, and actually it enhances the relationship with your children,
hmm
because they see you at your best.
hmm
They understand why you have to go and get your peace, because
hmm
then when you come back, like I said, my daughter would notice I was more energetic, I was able to make great decisions, I was brighter.
probably smile more. They probably
Probably
saw you
smile.
smile.
Yeah, bro.
Hmm.
All right. And I was more, she said I was more calm, and I wasn't so tense all the time. So they understand your children are watching you and
Oh,
watching how you are doing stuff. So
yes.
show them how it means, how important peace is, so when they get out in the world, they're able to find their own,
Absolutely.
and they won't end up jumping in the car.
Absolutely.
I
Listen,
wish
and
I
let's
had.
leave it, right? Because you can't do that. Like, yeah, thank
You
God for your
can't do
mom.
it.
Like, for real. Thank God for
Right,
your mom.
right.
Like, for real. Because that could have turned out a totally different way. That
It
could
could
have
have,
turned out a
my life
totally
would have
different way.
been right now totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And even I never and ever hesitated becoming a mom. I've
Mm-hmm.
never ever hesitated I've never sat in regrets or anything. I think it was the best decision for me.
Mm-hmm.
Despite everything happening, despite everything bad, I wouldn't be the woman I am today if I had not been a mom.
Right.
In regards to that, I found during that mom journey so much of myself,
Mm-hmm.
who I was. And it's crazy, because before I became a mom 24 years prior, I would say I really didn't know who Sylvia was.
Mm-hmm.
I was just there in the world. And then once I became a mom, it opened my eyes to who I was, what I could take, the journey I needed to take. And it kept me focused.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
kept me like just knowing that I needed peace in order to do my mom job well, then brought peace to me as a woman. Then I knew what I wanted in my life. If it was a man that was there, and oh yeah, he'd make a great sponsor,
Uh-huh.
but he wouldn't bring me peace.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
I
I
mean, and
can't
you
have.
have to you have to be able to bring yourself peace. The peace and happiness. I believe that that's on us. We
Hmm.
shouldn't put that on someone else,
Never
because
ever.
if they leave, then what's gonna happen? You can't bring yourself peace and you can't bring yourself happiness. So
Right.
what?
It's like a, yeah, like a bill you have to pay, like a bill you have to be responsible for, and then you put it in somebody else's hands, and then you
It go
haven't been
unpaid.
saving money. Yeah, you didn't save the money because you're like, okay, well, they're going to pay for that bill.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden they're like, well, I'm tired of paying this bill, I'm done. And like an
Mm-hmm.
adult, they can walk away.
Yep.
And then you like, wait a minute, you can't walk away, you promised to pay this bill. It's your bill,
It's
you
your
got to
bill.
pay it. So that's where your happiness and peace relies. If you put it out there and give it to somebody else, and then they walk away from it, and you have no idea how to
How to,
how to
yes. Uh-huh.
get it put back in your lap, and you have not saved up enough energy, you have not
Disconnection
saved the
notice.
moments or memories, you have no idea what to do with this. And then
Mm-hmm.
you're like, well, they left me,
Mm-hmm.
everybody abandoned me.
Mm-hmm.
No, you abandoned yourself when
By
you
giving them
gave somebody else the responsibility. And that's what you should not have done. You were the selfish person for not taking care of yourself first
absolutely.
before anything else, and you put it in somebody else's hands. It's nobody's fault but yours.
Absolutely. Listen, you guys are listening to Kicking It with KeKe, Life, Love, and all that other shit. I am joined with Sylvia Hubbard, and we are talking about pivoting on purpose and peace. And she just said a mouthful. You can't, don't stop giving people that much like control over you
Right.
with your peace and your happiness, like knowing how to find your peace yourself within you, because it's there. You just got to tap into it. Sometimes it takes pivoting to do that, and it's okay to do that. So yeah, we are talking about that. We have been talking about it. If you're just tuning in, you need to make sure that you go back and hit that replay. If you're watching on YouTube, you've seen us laughing and all of this kind of
Here,
good stuff.
here.
Listen, that's what we do. Hey, that's why I love the YouTube channel. I don't edit the videos. This is who we are in real life, like for real. I want people
Yeah.
to be able to relate to us. And this is why it is so crucial that I show the behind the scenes of the interview.
Hmm.
So, uh, any tips that you would like to give us before we get off about pivoting?
One is journal. Journal and write down your feelings, even if it's just a sentence.
Mhm.
This is how I feel today. Bam, write it down. So then you can chronicle of different ways that you feel, different days how you feel, and then be able to go back and say, okay, it was this kind of day, and this
Mhm.
is how I reacted to it. If something major happened or a memory happened, you can go back and say, well, this is why after this memory, it started to get bad for me. I started like repressing my feelings, and it was because I never faced this big memory that happened.
Mhm.
um, Journaling lets us release stuff that we didn't know we had.
Right.
So journal, even if it's just to pick up a scrapbook at the Dollar Tree, put some stickers together, and just, this is how I'm feeling today. Happy
Mhm.
face sticker,
Hey.
mild face sticker.
Mhm.
But just start journaling. Number two, I would say take that moment. Selfishly take that moment, even if it's not an hour like I did. An hour is so much better. If you
Yes.
if you feel your life is so busy and you haven't, I know people have things and already going on, then start with 10 minutes a day.
Mhm.
Start with 10 minutes where you are unbothered. You are sitting in a resting position with your eyes closed, and you are just in yourself. Then the next time in a week or so, do 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Then
Mhm.
elongate it to 20. Then start making it into 30. You're going to find more and more, because it was a lot of times I wanted to make that a 2 hour.
Right.
Matter of fact, I think I see a couple of times slept on it, and my son went, "Mama,"
It's
in my
time.
like, "You've been in there for 3 hours."
Right.
But
Mhm.
yeah, it was like yeah, sometimes, but yeah, you do want to get that full 60 minutes because you're able to refresh and relate to everything else. But if you cannot, start with the 10 and then just start moving it more and more and more until
Mhm.
you can get that hour. That's because it's going to be so important when you guys can come back and tell us, how did it feel? Because
Yes.
I would love to know, like, you're telling yourself right now, well, I'm listening to this conversation and I don't have an hour. So that's impossible. But start taking that 10. You can take the
Yes.
10 on the toilet, girl.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
You can take that even if you have to sit back on the
Just
toilet
sit
and
there
just
and be
be
like, hey,
like,
just lean on back.
hey, just lean back. Just lean back. And,
Yes.
then say, okay, next time I'm going to try to take 15.
What are you doing in there? Like, Erin, we are as moms, and for the moms who's listening in, and some of the dads who's listening in, y'all didn't know how that you get the little knock on the door. Mommy,
Yeah.
mommy, can I come in? No.
No.
What are you doing?
You see the little fingers under the
Yes.
door.
Uh-huh. That's so
But
cute.
wherever you can take it, and then just you'll start really trying to figure out, where can I get this minute in? And then just make it more of a habit. Like,
Right.
every day, this is what, and I'm saying it because it's so important.
And all
When I
habits
say
are
it
not
is
bad,
so,
guys.
yes, this is one of the best habits you will ever be
Mm-hmm.
able to form, when you're able to just go and find it and then just be there. So, yes, if you can't do that whole hour, let's start with 10 minutes and
Right.
go from there. And then come back to this video and comment below, or let us know, or
Mm-hmm.
tag us
Mm-hmm.
and say, I got it.
I
I
got it. Mm-hmm.
understand. And you'll
Yes.
see why we say it's so important. I would love to hear the
Absolutely.
feedback.
I would
So,
love
those
to
are
hear the
my two.
feedback too. I would love to hear the feedback. So, guys, please let us know how it's working out for you. If you implement this into your life, I suggest that you do it. It is a life changing, because I wasn't always the person that took time. I was always on the rush, on the rush, on the rush. And I missed out on some of the best moments because I didn't
Right.
realize that some of the smallest moments are the best moments.
The best. Yeah.
Hmm.
The best.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so on a let's before we get to on a personal note, and that's something that I like to do with all of my guests. Tell us about your books. Where can we find them? Where can we connect with you? Because we want to make sure that we plug everything else. You gave us a snippet of what you do, but tell us how can we get some of your books and connect
So,
with you?
my books are available wherever books are sold, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You just look up my name, Sylvia Hubbard, like Old Mother Hubbard, and you can find me wherever. Some people don't even know how to spell Old Mother Hubbard anymore. They don't remember the nursery
All
rhymes.
right.
I actually had somebody say, "Huh? What is that?" And girl,
Mm.
I was like, "Your mama didn't read to you.
Right.
Your mama didn't read to you, boy." Okay, okay.
Yes. Yes.
But yes, you can find me under Sylvia Hubbard wherever books are sold. I will be releasing, currently I am doing a live book for my readers. So I'm writing the book as they read it. So it's a really wonderful experience trying to write romance and suspense. And
Oh.
it's like they're looking over your shoulder as
Uh-huh.
you're writing. So it's kind of fun. And that's on Amazon, and it's called Kindle Vella. So you can go there and look me up under there as
You
well.
know
It's
what?
called,
I saw that and I was
yeah,
trying to figure out what it was. So now
it's
thank you. Thank you for
it's
yes.
episodic episodes. So you get to literally watch the writer
Write
write
the
the book.
book.
So that, well, in my case, so some people do it in advance, but I'm literally doing it live. My
Mm-hmm.
readers are literally coming back to my Facebook group and saying, "Oh my God,
What's
this
next?
chapter was this." What's
Uh-huh.
next?
What's next?
So
What
what
what do
took
you what
me
do you what
5
get
days to
offline and
write?
go right? Yeah, right.
It took me 5 days to write. It takes them 3 minutes to read, and they be
Oh,
like, "Okay,
yes.
hurry up."
Like like, why are you on here? You should be writing.
Right. That's probably what they're.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's a really cool platform idea, and you get paid for it. Amazon pays you to do it. So the more you contribute, the more Amazon pays you. So yeah, currently Jeff
Well,
Bezos is my baby daddy, and he pay
I
on.
will
He's the
be
he's a
looking into
sponsor.
that. I will be looking into that. I
He's a
really will.
great sponsor, girl. So, and then I'm also releasing, that book is called Her Substitute Husband, His Boss.
Saw
So
that
that
on your
kind of,
page, and I was supposed to send you a message and say, what's up with this title? So yeah, okay. I'm glad that you talked about that. Okay.
it's actually about a throuple. So it's my first time really bringing a bromance and a throuple. So I was like, ooh,
Yes.
this
Do
is
y'all hear
fun.
that? Y'all go check her out. I'm telling you.
And then
Mhm.
my next book that is going to be released is going to be released in May, and it's called She Works Hard for the Money.
Mhm.
And it's actually about a young lady who decides to get out of a lesbian relationship she had been in for like 18 years and get with the worst guy on the planet,
Oh
the
wow.
misogynist. So in order to get over a broken heart, she gets with a broken man, and
Oh,
that's where the fun starts, because
what a
he
great
literally
tagline. Oh my
breaks.
God.
Yeah, he literally breaks everything he touches.
Wow.
Everything. So yeah, that's her journey in that. So it was kind of fun to write. So yeah, that's going to be released in May, and then I have 2 more releases. So yeah, come to my website at sylviahubbard.com so you can get updates of what's coming on. And I also have a free journal you can download there, so you guys can even start your journaling with me and download it and have journal sheets where you have no excuse not to
No
journal every
excuses.
day.
Right. And this website will be in the description box, so you have no excuse not to go and do that. So there you go.
Yeah. And then if you
Yes.
want to connect with me on social media, you can always connect with me on Facebook by my name, or everywhere else. It's the same thing as Sylvia Hubbard 1. I got on social media early, so I just tagged my name everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yes.
so I
Listen.
own my handle everywhere. Like, okay, this is new social media. I'm not going to use it for several years, but okay, let's do this. So
Yes, you
I'm
have
able
to, and
to
I'm glad,
say,
because it's always good to have the same handles on all the stuff. That way, people know that it's you.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right. So
So
yeah, that's it.
anything else? You got a lot. You got a lot coming. I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of myself, because it's a lot of things have opened up to me. I had lost my mom 2 years ago, and then 3 weeks later, I lost my best friend in the world. Like, we had been
Mm.
best friends for, good Lord, forever. And then so my 2020 was kind of, and
You know
then
I know
20,
about 2020. Oh my God. You know I know.
and then I was getting back on the horse. So coming into 2022, it feels so good to be able to say, you know what, my mom taught me these things, let me use the practices. And I'm so glad that she prepared us to live without her,
Mm.
because we're able to still function as a family. We're able to still, even talk about her and not everybody tear
Cry.
up or
Mm-hmm.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's I'm able to do the things that she would have loved to see me do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know, she's looking down at me saying, I'm so proud of you, like she
Mm-hmm.
always did. So that's kind of cool.
That
That's
is
kind of
cool. I
really
feel the
cool.
same way about my daughter, because I lost a daughter in 2020. She was 19. So
Oh,
yeah, I get it. And now I'm able to talk about it. Like, usually I would have never said it, never told anybody,
just be able to
because
say it out loud and say
uh-huh.
it
Because
like,
I feel like sometimes people make you feel bad for grieving, or feel bad for bringing it up. Like, it's
mhm.
it's still new. It'll never not be new.
It'll never not be new. You're
Mhm.
never gonna, that's never
That's
gonna
something that
go
you'll never
away.
get over. And so,
Yeah.
we've had people, not getting off the subject, but I've learned how to pivot away from people.
Yeah.
Like,
Because and you do need that just for peace, because
uh,
you just have to shut that door. I don't care how long you've known them. Sometimes you just have to say, I can't do this anymore
cause,
with you. I
cause you
no, I won't do this.
exactly, not can't, won't, I won't.
I
Cause you
won't do
you
this
say the
anymore.
stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, who tells you, oh well, you shouldn't, she wouldn't want, how you know? You didn't know her, sir, ma'am. How you know what
Because
she would
if it
want?
was my daughter, she would have wanted you to continue to grieve. And she's still alive. She makes sure, and she tell me that. she,
I mean, and
so
she wouldn't want us to, like, be sad or whatever, but she was like, hey, y'all, hey, I'm here, like, this me.
right.
Like, hey,
She
give
was
me something, like,
sunshine.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yes, you're
so
gonna miss the sunshine some days when you don't see it. So,
exactly.
and it's nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyone out there who is dealing with loss and grief, take your time. It's no expiration on time.
Thank you.
You know, Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for having these emotions. They're now they're normal. They're natural emotions. We are humans and
Right.
we're supposed to have these emotions. So
And the
don't let
people who tell you are the people who really don't understand what it means to lose someone. They never
absolutely,
had anybody really close to them to be able to understand what it means to lose someone. So
absolutely.
you don't even compete in the world with those people. You are
Mm-mm.
above them
Mm-hmm.
if they have the nerve to come and talk to you. And you know what you should do? Keep moving up the steps away from them.
Do chunk the deuces and never look back, like for
Right.
real, and be okay with that.
Right.
Eventually they'll come around and they apologize because they will miss your presence in their lives, but
Right.
you don't really want people that's like that in your life. I don't and I don't.
You
Yeah,
don't need
you don't
people
need them.
like that, because that just takes away more of you, more of your energy.
Mm-hmm.
And just it
And more
takes
time
it,
that you could be taking moments of peace, man.
thank you. Thank you. And get some rim, girl.
Right, exactly. Gotta get that rim. Gotta get that rim sleep. Okay,
That is
so
golden.
listen, on a personal note though, because we'll be on here all day.
I know.
What would your now self tell your younger self about today's topic?
Oh my God, that was a good one.
This is why I didn't tell you before.
Oh my God, that was a good one. It's like I'm thinking about my younger self. I'm thinking about like even before I had kids, and I used to have ulcers all the time, and I was just so stressed all the time, even as like going into my 18 and 19 years old.
Mhm.
And if I could just turn back and just tell her that, I would tell her to pivot. It's okay to pivot.
Mm.
It really is okay, and stop worrying about what other people think.
Mhm.
And the only expectations you have are within yourself and
Mm.
what you put up there, because that's what I really needed to do. I really needed to hear somebody tell me that I need to pivot in peace,
Mhm.
because when I tell you, girl, I had ulcers. I was throwing up all the time. I couldn't function because I was so worried about everything.
Mhm.
And the expectations that I had in my life were not mine. They
Mhm.
were others. So it, like I said, I didn't know me.
Right.
I didn't know who I was or I knew where I wanted to be, but I couldn't even have a clear path because I didn't allow myself to think
Mm.
of me,
Yeah.
thinking about
Hmm.
everybody else. So if I could go back and just tell my 18-year-old self to say, girl, just start pivoting to find your peace, I think that would have helped heal a lot of things. But I had to fight for it, and really come out like a phoenix in a fire, because
Mhm.
it was a lot of things I had to leave behind
Wow.
in order to do it. At this point, I don't have any regrets. I can really say I don't have any regrets, because where I am now, I have a lot of grace and mercy
Mm.
that I don't think I would have gotten if I had not made the sacrifices to guard my peace
Wow.
like I
That's awesome and that's powerful. Like
did.
for people who are listening, make sure you're guarding your peace. Mm. Okay, well, I don't have too much more to say after that. Like for real, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, follow the podcast. I'm here every Thursday. All month for Women's History Month. I am releasing multiple episodes. So this week I released 2, next week I release 3, and who knows what's coming. Who knows? So the
I
whole
hope a
month.
lot of blessings. I'm praying for a lot of
Thank you
blessings.
so much. And the same. Your energy is always infectious. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you. And I just look forward to these books and all this other stuff you have going on. I'm gonna get with that. I'm gonna get with that Kindle Vella though. I gotta get with that. That's
Yeah,
making
it
it.
is so much fun, girl. The
I bet.
bonuses,
I
when I tell
love
you,
the
them
interaction
bonuses,
part.
girl, them bonuses pay for premium gas.
And I have to have it. I have to I have that
Girl,
premium.
when I tell you they pay the premium guest, you be like, oh, I could do premium because of Jeff Bezos. Thank you, baby daddy.
Look, I
Thank you,
can't
baby
put nothing in my car but premium. So I get it. I know. I know.
girl. And
Yes.
it lets you like put the thing on and lock and let it go. You don't have to monitor it. That's how much the bonuses are. So you understand?
Okay. I get it. I'm going to sign. I am going. Because I've heard, I did an interview with a couple of authors like a couple of weeks ago, and they were talking about Kindle Vella. So what is that? Let me check into that. And now you explained it to me. I was like, okay, let me go sign up
Hit
for
me up
that.
if you want any advice or anything, and we can do like a private session. Girl, I'll tell you all the tricks
Okay.
and how
I'm
you make
definitely
sure
going.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard her offer that, right? Okay.
You're like,
Yes.
I got that on record.
I got it on record. Yes. But yeah. But is there any other thing that you would like to tell listeners before we get off today? Any parting
I want
words?
to tell the listeners how wonderful KeKe is and that you guys are blessed to be able to hear her inspiration, to hear her push messages, and that you guys should continue to donate, help her, encourage her, share her podcast out to people because she is giving blessings for people who don't even know they need it. She is finding the mess in the messages, and she is making sure we are all healed from things that we need to be. So you guys do whatever you can to help and bless KeKe.
Thank you so much. We're not crying today, okay? We're not doing that. Thank you so much. It's always amazing, and it's a humbling thing to hear people think of you in this way, and genuinely mean it. Because people say stuff because it sounds good, but I can tell in your voice, I can see it on your face that you
I
genuinely
love
mean it.
you.
Yes, I love you too.
You're
Yes,
like a sister from another mister.
I know. We need to go ahead and meet though. We need to meet. I'm about to come to
You
Michigan.
know, we just got a trailer, so we're gonna come down there and park in front of your house.
Look, I got a long driveway. You can park in the driveway. Hey, because I think if you park on the street, it might get hit because these people drive crazy on the street. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening. Until next time, make sure that you learn how to pivot on purpose and find your peace in doing so. Allow yourself to thank for yourself and of yourself every day. Give yourself grace and compassion to know that not every day is going to be perfect, but it is a day that you can try to do your best, because what's the alternative, right? Not being here. So do everything in your power to make sure that you're here for as long as you possibly can by doing the things that you can to help preserve your life. And that means making sure that you operating in peace daily. No stress. This year, stress-free zone. Y'all repeat after me. Stress-free zone. Okay. Thank you guys. See you next time.